Title: The Curse Painting, Portraits of Death. The grand auction hall was shrouded in an eerie silence as the crowd of eager buyers and curious onlookers gazed upon the object of their fascination, the cursed painting. Its dark reputation had spread far and wide, but its macabre allure was impossible to resist. The canvas was a symphony of sinister shades, depicting a ghastly scene that no artist could have conceived. The painting had been discovered in the attic of an old estate, tucked away in a forgotten corner of a decaying mansion. Its sinister aura had chilled the bones of those who had dared to view it. Legend had it that anyone who owned the painting met a gruesome and untimely end, as if the very essence of death clung to it. The current owner, a reclusive collector of the macabre, had decided to put the painting up for auction, claiming that he had no desire to hold on to a cursed artifact any longer. The hushed murmurs of the audience were punctuated by the sound of the auctioneer's gavel, signaling the commencement of the bidding. Among the crowd was Emily, a young art historian drawn to the painting's dark allure. Her obsession had led her to the auction, determined to unravel the mysteries behind the cursed artwork. As the bidding escalated, she felt a shiver run down her spine, as if the painting itself were watching her. Finally, the gavel came down with a resounding thud, and the painting was sold to an enigmatic collector in $2.5 million. Emily couldn't help but watch as the collector carefully cradled the cursed painting in his arms, his hands barely touching the surface. She knew she had to find out more about him and the sinister artwork he now possessed. Over the following weeks, Emily delved into the painting's history, tracing its origins to a long-forgotten artist named Victor Mortis. Little was known about Mortis, except that he had disappeared mysteriously after completing the painting. Rumors had it that he had been driven mad by the horrors he had created on the canvas. Emily's research led her to a dusty archive where she discovered old letters and diaries belonging to Mortis. In his own words, he described the nightmarish visions that had plagued him during the creation of the painting. He spoke of voices whispering in the darkness, urging him to capture the essence of death itself. As Emily immersed herself in Mortis's writings, she began to feel a growing sense of unease. It was as if the cursed painting's malevolent presence had seeped into her very soul. She decided to visit the collector who now owned the painting, hoping to uncover the truth. The collector lived in a dilapidated mansion on the outskirts of town, surrounded by overgrown gardens and withered trees. Emily was met at the door by a silent butler who led her to a dimly lit room, where the cursed painting hung ominously on the wall. Its color seemed to pulse with a malevolent energy, and Emily couldn't tear her eyes away. The collector, seated in a high-backed chair, watched her with an unsettling intensity. His voice was as cold and lifeless as the painting itself, as he recounted the stories of those who had owned the artwork before him, tragedies, suicides, and unexplained deaths that had befallen them all. Emily's heart raced as she realized the depth of the curse that clung to the painting. She knew she had to break the cycle to rid the world of this cursed masterpiece. But as she stepped closer to the painting, she felt an invisible force pulling her in. The whispers Mortis had described in his writings echoed in her mind, urging her to unlock the secrets hidden within the canvas. She hesitated, torn between her desire for knowledge and the growing terror that threatened to consume her. In a moment of clarity, Emily reached into her bag and pulled out a small can of gasoline. With trembling hands, she doused the cursed painting in the flammable liquid and struck a match. Flames erupted, consuming the canvas and the horrors it contained. The collector's anguished screams filled the room as the curse was broken. As the flames licked the last remnants of the painting, Emily knew she had made the right choice. The cursed artwork was no more, and its malevolent presence had been banished forever. But as she walked away from the mansion, she couldn't shake the feeling that the darkness of the cursed painting would haunt her dreams for years to come. Remember, in the world of horror, darkness is just the beginning. Stay tuned for more spine-tingling tales that will haunt your nightmares.